So let's begin. So in our seated position, we'll line our skull bones over our tailbone. And we'll connect to our deep Ujjayi breath. I'll start to recruit the low belly muscles, so drawing them into the action that is exhale. All right. So we're going to start right off with some rounds of Kapalabhati. And so with Kapalabhati, short, sharp exhalation. And as we're getting this breath moving, connect it to core. So low belly making an immediate, a direct connection to core. So when you're ready, we'll do about 40 or 50 pumps. So begin. And then we'll cross our legs, right ankle over left knee. Shoelace. Inhale, reach arms out to the side as we're setting up our arms in eagle, exhaling the left over the right. Down, down, down. Inhaling into the upper back, the back of neck. Exhaling, glide the shoulders down, elbows down. And as you're reaching the elbows forward, rest the head down. And take these next 2 deep breaths into the back of the neck, into the back of the brain. There you go. Inhaling, unwind the arms, and we'll move to twist toward the foot. So that right arm, as we're exhaling, reaches across that right foot. That's right arm across the right foot, creating some amount of brace or contact. Spread the foot bones, those right foot bones. It's an awake foot. And as you're exhaling, press that right arm into the right foot, press that right foot into the right arm. Arm into foot, foot into arm. And so as we're starting to wake up that right hip, deep breath into the right waist, the abdomen. As you're exhaling, soften through the abdomen. Feel the trunk lengthening as if away from that right hip. Okay, now, instead of using your head to try to turn you and pull you away from your hip, relax the neck, relax what we just did in those eagle arms. Just release the back of the neck. I'm breathing into that solar plexus diaphragm. And into that back of skull, that underneath the skull diaphragm. So these 2 places can breathe together, the solar plexus, the skull. And you can relax the back of the head even more. Oh, that brain. All right, inhale, unwind. Unwind from the twist, unwind the legs. Good boy. And we'll switch sides. So we're going left over right. That's left ankle over right knee. Inhaling, reach the arms out to the side. And exhaling, we'll go left over right. Left elbow over right. And exhaling, glide the shoulders down, the blades down. Okay. As you're lifting the elbows up just an inch, not as high as you can go, just an inch, you're just creating a place to rest your forehead so that you can release the back of the neck. Have the experience of letting that back of brain release and obtain these next sweet deep breaths. So we start to open up that pathway between the brain's intelligence and the body's wisdom. So opening up that neck's pathway. Keep releasing. It usually takes a little bit to help that neck to relax, to release, to open. Inhaling as we take the arms away. Keep the head and the neck relaxed. We don't really have to move the head because we know that when we reach the arms out to the side, we know where our sides are, we know where our left foot is. So as we exhale, we take that left arm across the left foot. Yeah, so rely on your body, you're knowing where your body is. We don't always have to look at it to feel it. And just furthering that release and that letting go at the back of the neck, which is the back of the brain. Spread the foot bones. And then that left foot presses into the left arm. And that left arm presses into the left foot and create a little hip opening. Also using that fulcrum, that foot and arm into foot, to help you lengthen and open up through the gut. Feel for spreading breath through the intestine, the gut area. And release. Inhale, we'll unwind from the twist, we'll unwind the legs, and lie on back. We're going to do some abdominals with some back traction. So when we lie on back, bring the feet off the ground, knees over the hips. And then interlace the hands behind your head. I'm going to talk us through an extra little step in here. So as you inhale into the low back and the low belly, raising the head, raising the shoulders. Pause, holding the breath, curl the tailbone. And now as you exhale, reach the right leg straight up. Put your right palm on your right thigh and press. You're going to press that palm into the thigh. Now pull low belly down. So as you're pushing that leg, you're pushing to get some back traction. Right, inhale, bend that right knee, keeping the head shoulder blades up. Curl tailbone, exhale, reach the left leg straight up. Left palm to left thigh, press. And as you're pressing, that's for the back. Pressing, you're nudging that leg bone up, pull low belly down. Inhale, bend that left knee, come back around. Tailbone, exhale the right leg up. Right palm to right thigh, push. And the push, I'm pushing away from my nose, and that translates as right leg lifting up towards sky. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bend that right knee. Roll tailbone, exhale, left leg reaches up, left palm presses thigh. Press the thigh away from your nose, and that translates as the leg lifting toward the sky. Pull low belly down. All right, inhale, bend that left knee, take yourself through 3 more on each side. So keep moving through, and I'll just reiterate what I just said. The palm is pushing the thigh. And I'm nudging as if thigh away from nose. I'm nudging, and the thigh is moving toward the sky. So you're getting that bone to bone, bone in relation to bone movement. You're feeling the thigh bone is having distinction from the pelvis. Pardon me. There you go. All right, grab your all-important roll. We're going to place that between the legs. Okay. So the roll in combination with the squeeze and all of that leg reaching, that nudging, that back traction comes into play here. Inhale into the low back. So you're breathing in through the guts, into the hip, into the pelvic space. Hold that breath. Squeeze the object. Spread, active feet. Curling the tailbone. Exhale, lift the head and the shoulder blades off the ground. Now reach up through those legs. Strong lines of energy all the way to the feet. Pull low belly down. Inhale, set the head down. Keep those feet active. Curl tailbone. Exhaling, lift the head, the shoulder blades off the ground. Maintain that squeeze. You can even increase it. And moving those thigh bones toward the sky. Pull low belly down. So you're getting a little deeper into that pelvic space, that abdominal space. Inhale, rest the head down, relax some of that leg squeezing. Hold the breath. Squeeze the object, curl tailbone. Exhale, head, shoulders off the ground. Now squeeze with your legs and reach. So transmit and move all that energy from the thighs through the knees. Start to move that energy through the knee joint, all the way to the foot. Pull low belly down. Inhale, set the head down. I'll talk through one more. Squeeze the object. Get a nice little charge going through those inner thighs, which is part of the knee structure. Curl tailbone. And as you're exhaling, lift the head, shoulder blades up. Now start to move that energy. It's a mind move. It's an inner move. Move from the inner thigh through the knees, all the way to the feet, so we don't leave any of our legs out. Pull low belly down. All right. Inhale, set the head down. You do the next 3 on your own. A lot of the ways that we use floss to kind of get in between the teeth and the gums, right? We're using our breath and we're using these fantastic yoga tools to do like an energetic hygiene, a cellular hygiene in the hip sockets, these massive and important lymph node areas, blood flow pathways, procreative organ health regions, digestive and excretion, vital areas. So that energetic hygiene, we need to go into these hip and abdomen places and feel and move and root around. Once we're through, we'll set the feet down. We'll take the roll off to the side. Let's set up for some dolphin. We'll turn on to elbows and knees. So press down through the forearms. Get a great spreading, lifting move. Ribs lift right up between the shoulder blades. Inhale into the sides of the ribs, back of the heart. Exhale the knees off the ground. Now keep pressing through those forearms. So the forearms are really nice, like analogs to our legs, in the sense that the way that we often will kind of halt our feeling at the thigh or the knee kind of mimics how we sometimes halt our feeling sense at the elbow. Press all throughout the forearm, into the palm, into the fingertips. So several of us were really working on this yesterday, and it seemed great. So pressing through those forearms continuously as you inhale, feeling for that lightness in the shoulder, and then exhaling, keep pressing so there's no collapsing in the shoulder. So we're giving ourselves these moments of great support around the shoulder, which is the heart. Shoulders are heart. So you're giving yourself this great heart support with the arms. Good. Now shift, weight shift into those legs a little bit more. It's all right. We're just here a couple more breaths. Got this. If there's some intensity buildup, work with your breath. How does intensity and breath work together? As you escort your breath into those areas of your body that are kind of clustered or packed down, that's doing some great energy work. We'll start to kind of open up those collapsed areas, right? Rinse through those pressed areas. All right, gently set the knees down. And when we stand, we'll take horse stance. Do a little Agni Sara. So we've got a wide stance. And I'm just resting the hands on the thighs. Inhale into the low belly, into the pelvis. Now, I'm going to keep the chin low. Exhale swiftly out the mouth, everything out. Stay empty. And we're keeping the chin low as we draw the belly in, back, and up. And release. We're going to do this several times. Just keep going, pulling the belly in, back, and up. And release. And as you're drawing from the belly, you start to feel some of the motion at the perineum. So there is genitals, perineum, anus. There is involvement at the pelvic floor and then a releasing at the pelvic floor. Okay, relax the belly. We'll take a breath or two. We'll do another round. So swift, thorough exhalation. Everything out. Okay, now staying empty, draw the belly in, bring or lower the chin close to the sternum, and release the belly. We'll get like 3 or 4 or 5 of these pullings in, and these releasings. So as you're pulling in, you can start to feel what areas of the pelvic floor join in this movement. And releasing. What areas of the pelvic floor seem a little fuzzy yet? And you can start to reach with your intent, with this pose, right into those fuzzy areas. There you go. We'll do a third one, last one. We're letting the chin be low. It's in lieu of a bandha. Keep the chin low so we can do this belly work without it pulling on the throat structures. So chin down as you're doing all this suctioning, this negative pressure work. When we're through with that, heel toe feet together. We'll turn the narrow edge of our mat next to a wall. And we're going to be working some forearm chest opening. So if you are kicking up, you can do this like the way it looks like a dolphin. And just a reminder, this is the one, if you're kicking up toward the wall, we're gradually setting the butt toward the wall. So there is arching through the chest. Okay. If you're not kicking up, set up as if you're doing dolphin at the wall, walking the feet up the wall. Okay. I'm going to step in and talk through the first one. So, whichever version you're doing, clasp hands. Make a tripod base with those forearms. And push those forearms down. This is super important, especially in this pose. On your next exhale, press the knees off the ground, pause, wait to breathe. Wait to breathe. Now getting ready to move up or step up or kick up. Inhale, and then I'll move on exhale, stepping up or kicking up with your exhale. Hear it. Push through those forearms, push, 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 push. The whole ascent. There you go. So whether you're upside down, feet on the wall or back to wall, push through those forearms, arching through the chest. Those of you back to wall, start to lean that butt toward the wall. If you get the butt to the wall, slide that tailbone up the wall. Reach with those legs up the wall. Deep breath, opening right behind that sternum and that heart. Give it at least 6 to 10 breaths. Sometimes it just takes and if it's 2 rounds, that's okay. I want you to have adequate time, unhurried time to breathe into the shoulders and the chest wall. Good, push through those forearms, push, push, push. There you go. Great. Yeah. Those moments when I'm watching you push through those forearms and hands instead of just the elbows, it makes such an incredible difference, not only to the arm lines, the energy through the arms, but in anyone who does, it just looks so much more supported in the shoulder and the chest. So we're going to just keep on with that. All right, if we're done with the wall, let's bring our mat back and stand at the top. Chair pose. Inhale, bend knees. Reach with the arms up. Lift the chest away from the hips. A slight shift in the tailbone. Exhale, fold. Use those low belly muscles. Draw them in. Draw the belly muscles in, releasing the neck and the head. Monkey. Inhale. Move the chest away from your ankles. On an exhale, we'll step back. Lower down to the ground. Pulling the shoulders away from the jaw. Pause here. So we're going to squeeze the legs together. And if that bothers you in the sacrum, you may just have to leave the legs separated apart. Or if there's a block handy, you can set something between your ankles. So we're going to do a little shoulder shrug, lying belly down. Thumb tips beside the collarbones. So the arms are forming a W shape together. Squeeze, engage those inner legs, again, unless you need to keep them a little separated. Inhale into the abdomen, lift the hands, the elbows, the chest. And then exhale, squeeze the tops of the shoulders, squeeze the middle parts of the shoulder blades, squeeze the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. Hang on for the ride, we're doing a couple more. Inhale. Keep working those legs straight back. Exhale, squeeze tops of shoulders, ease up, middle parts of shoulder blades, ease up, bottom tips of shoulder blades. Ease up, inhale. Stay lifted, hands up, chest up. Here we go, last one. Exhale, squeeze tops of shoulders, ease up, middle parts. Ease up, bottom tips. And release. Release the block, release the legs down, hands down. Inhale, hands under chest. Exhaling, downward dog. Weight shift back. And feel that weight lifting, becoming easier in the wrists. So that as you reach through those shoulders, you can feel that there's a quality of spaciousness or lightness. There's a lot of engagement in the shoulders, but I want you to feel that they don't have to be jammed up to be supportive. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Warrior two. We're going to gather the hands or interlace the hands behind our back. Getting right into the chest. So inhaling. Getting that really exquisite chest, that breath in chest. And start to move and spread that breath into all these areas of our cells, our heart. Exhale the knuckles down. Feel how the shoulders soften, open. That's a wonderful place to get breath. Inhaling. There's a lot of pulsation there. Shoulders, heart. And release hands. Inhale, we'll set the hands down and place the left knee down on padding. Same but different. So now grab that left foot with both hands. Okay. If you need to ease up around the shoulders, you could use a strap. Sometimes it just gets a little fumbly and tangly, but right now let that foot draw the arms back. Inhaling, breathing into all those wonderful areas. In the chest wall, under the collar, abdomen and hip. release. We'll set that left foot down. We're going to back out just a smidge. I'm going to set up for archer. So this may be where you use a strap where the right hand can lower the strap to the left hand, or right elbow up, left elbow down. Now we just backed out of that lunge just to get the setup. Let's make sure we move back into lunge. I see a lot of folks just camping out back here on the knee like ho-hum. It's lunge, arms and archer. So move the hips back forward. Inhale, lift up through that right arm. Exhaling, reach down. Move that left shoulder down. Your back will have plenty of support because you have those butt muscles and you have those abdominal muscles. So all of that working in concert is there to protect and to support your low back. So you can come into lunge. Come into lunge. There you go. Inhaling into that mid back, mid and upper back. Reaching up to that right arm. Get a feel for bringing breath into those layers and places that just we don't usually touch. Right between the vertebrae. Really strong legs. Strong legs protect the back. And release. We'll let the strap go. When we inhale, we'll go hands under shoulders. Set the right foot back. We're going to sit up and plank. Pause and plank. Inhale, push. So the ribs lift between the shoulder blades. Hold that. Now, I actually want you to put the knees down, and as we exhale, articulate, pulling the shoulder blades away from the head. Go slowly if you need to. And down, down, away from the head. Okay, so all the many ways that we can move and move and move those shoulder blades intelligently. It's really great energy work around the heart. Cobra, inhale. Can you feel some of those same mid and upper back areas starting to move and articulate? May have to relax the belly there. Exhale, lower down, downward dog. Here too, chest opener. Inhale, step the left foot forward. And we'll bring the hands down, behind back, interlacing. And with the feet active, shift the tailbone down, inhale. Grow the rib cage up toward the sky. Exhale, ease the arm bones, the hand bones down, softening around the front of the shoulder, the front of the throat. Align the skull bones, the back of the skull over the back of the sacrum. Sometimes I'll see us when we do these chest opening moves. We sometimes jut the head forward, so just check your alignment, bring the back of the skull over the back of the sacrum. And get that one of those 100, somewhere between 100 and 300% breaths going through those ribs. Yeah, you don't have to pull hard with the hands, but move that energy all the way through the arms. Go all the way to the hands. Don't just stop at the shoulder. Don't just stop at the elbow. Reach, feel. Feel all the way through the arm. And release the hands. Okay. Patting for the right knee. Inhaling, we'll set that right knee down. Grabbing a hold of that right foot, exhaling, slinking into lunge, both hands grab heel. I'm going to feel for relaxing and softening all around the heart so you can bathe it in this breath. If you start to feel a little dumpy in the low back, it's probably because you're just pooching your belly forward. That's different than opening the chest. You have to use those abdominals to support the back, and then breathe. Track with that breath up into the heart and the chest, and the carotid and the collar. There you go. And release. Archer and lunge. If you're using a strap, left hand lowers it to the right. If you've kind of shifted out of your lunge in order to get the strap going, the hands connected, just make sure you lunge back in there. And again, we don't have to pull anything hard. Nothing has to be like pulled hard in a tightening way, but lift up through that left armpit and arm. Reach down through that right elbow so the shoulder moves down. And under these momentary conditions where you're feeling, acknowledging this openness in the shoulders, deeply breathe. So that openness of the body starts to enter into our breathing, living framework as this is an option, this is a possibility, this is a way that I might be able to conduct myself in my body. This is an experience of openness that I can have and can revisit and can select into. We're just collecting lots of snapshots of ways and places that we'd like to visit again with our body. Right? And of course, the posture is just part of it. There's a whole energetics and the breathing and the aliveness and that goes with it. That also. I will release, set the hands down. Inhaling, step the foot back for plank. Press or remain here in plank. As you exhale, press. Do set the knees down. Keep pressing through the arms as you set the knees down. And on your next exhale, pull the shoulders away from the head, pull the shoulder blades down the back. So when your abdomen lands on the ground, your shoulders are a foot off the ground. Cobra, inhale. That gets us a good start in Cobra. Exhaling, downward dog. All right, warrior one. Do some lance dodger. So we step the right foot forward, I believe is how we started. Okay, let me turn this way. You can see left forearm arm, you're going to rest and press against the back of the sacrum and pelvis. Now the right arm, we can either reach it up or we can use the hand to support the bottom of the brain, the back of the skull. I'm going to start reaching in a little bit of back bend. This left forearm is to press. Okay. This right arm is to reach. Those same principles from Archer, that left arm and shoulder moving down. This right arm lifting up. Rest the head in the hand if you're using that cradling motion. You want to let the head go back a little bit more. You can let the head rest back on its own. And it's a back bend, so you're pressing down with that left forearm, lift up, reach back. And inhale, come upright. And once the head is back over the chest, over the pelvis, we'll set the hands down, exhaling chaturanga. So you can set the knees down to lower. That might be well on some of your backs after that little bit of back bend. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower, downward dog. All right, lance dodger. Or warrior one back bend. Inhale, step the left foot forward. So I'm using the right forearm, crossing it across the back of the pelvis. Yeah. And either reaching the left arm straight up, beginning the back bend, or you can use your left hand, cradle the back of the skull. Now let that right arm press. You're pressing that tailbone, you're pressing that pelvis such that the low back lengthens. And there you go. There you go. Yeah, the pelvis is basically pointing ahead. If you need to pivot or change that right foot a little bit, I'd recommend have that pelvis pretty much pointing, facing ahead. There you go. Give it a moment. Go, that right arm reaches down. That left arm, pardon me. So someone might be on a different side. Left arm's reaching up. The right arm's reaching down. Start to lift up, 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 lifting the mid-back away from the low back. Take deep breath, getting into the upper back. So that those upper back joints start to articulate. Those are often the ones that get pretty congested and immobile. And as you're arching back on that brink, that wonderful brink of excitement, deep breath. Yeah, it's a good one. And then inhale, bring your head back up, your torso back up, releasing the hands. All right, when we set them down, we're going to need our roll. So exhaling, we'll step back, set the knees down. We're going to work some cobra push-ups. This is an unwinding move. We haven't done it in a while, so here we are again. The roll is for between your legs as we lie belly down. So that roll is going to stick out like a little tail. So here's my roll, right here between my thighs, between my legs, right where it usually is. Thanks, mister. All right, now we get the hands direct over the shoulders, so the fingertips just peek out beyond the shoulders. So shift the tailbone toward the roll. This is vital. Squeeze with the legs. Inhale into the abdomen. Push with the hands, almost straightening the arms. Exhale, pull with the arms here, tractioning and lengthening the spine as you lower. Massive amount of arm utilization. Re-squeeze the roll, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, press with the arms, almost straightening them. Come up, 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 almost straightening them. Exhaling, pull, 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 pull the chest forward. Pull the mid-spine away from the low spine, still squeezing. In fact, we're going to re-squeeze. Squeeze again, the roll. Tuck the tail toward the ground. Inhale into the abdomen. Push the earth, straightening, almost straightening the arms. The back in suspension. Exhale, pull, pull, pull the mid-spine away from the low spine. Pull the elbows toward the back of the wall. We'll do one more. Squeeze the object. Tuck the tailbone. Inhale into the abdomen. Pressing, almost straightening the arms. Almost straightening the arms. Keep coming, keep coming. It's a biggie. It's a back bend. Exhale, pull, pull, pull the chest forward as you lower. Pull. So you're lengthening and tractioning out the spine as you lower, as you lower, as you lower. Release. You can let that roll go. Lie on your back. I'll do one more to warm down. And with the feet off the ground, knees over the hips. Inhale, float the head, the shoulder blades off the ground. We're doing elbow to knee. Curl tailbone. Exhale, raise the left leg, go straight up. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bend the left knee. Curl tailbone. Exhale, raise the right leg straight up vertically. Pull low belly down. We'll do a couple more on each side. Inhale. Head, shoulder blades up. Curl tailbone. Exhale, raise the left leg up. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bend that left knee. Curl tailbone. Exhaling, reach through the right. Pull low belly down. Straight up with the leg, straight down with the abdomen. Do one more. All right. And then when you're through, release the head down. If you need to hug those legs in, if there's anything else that seems necessary to feel your back with ease and comfort, and go for that. And once you're in a rest position, or a meditative position, whatever helps you just scan through and feel your body to absorb and to acknowledge what you've just done, whatever position that is. Let your breath Start to move and spread through your body, and just notice how that's different than the beginning of your practice about an hour ago. That breath may have grown in size or in ease. Just washing the sweet, sweetness of your breath into your cells, into your core. So we continue to taste and remember and remind ourselves of our own luminosity. This generous gift of vibrancy and life is ours for the remembering. And sometimes we do some poses and some techniques to cajole, to remember, to bring it out. And when you're ready, bend knees. Turn to a side. Use your hands, press to seated. Namaste.